This is a list of facts and anecdotes that have a science-related slant. They are items of trivia that people all seem to know and share whenever the opportunity arises. But, at the List Universe, we like to get our facts straight, and the items on this list are all dead wrong. Enjoy our thorough debunking of some of the silliest facts attributed to science. 7. Peanuts. After rigorous searching for more information, it turns out that no scientific study, or non-scientific study for that matter, has ever been conducted into peanuts at bars. However, there was a study in ice cubes in UK bars in 2003 which discovered that 44% of ice cubes tested contained coliform bacteria that comes from human poop. Even more shockingly, 5% were infected with the potentially deadly E. coli bacteria. I guess that proves that they aren't making their ice cubes from bottled water. So, next time you are in London, pass on the ice and enjoy some peanuts instead. 6. Folding paper. This is one we all hear regularly, and we believe it because it is true when we tried it. But in 2002 a US high school student, Brittany Gallivan, proved it wrong by folding a piece of thin gold leaf more than 7 times with the use of tweezers. To further prove that it could be done, she bought a giant roll of toilet paper on the internet, and her family took it to the local mall where they attempted to fold it more than 7 times. 7 hours of folding later, they had it folded into 12 folds. 5. Jumping elephants. First of all, just so you know, it is true that adult elephants can't jump, if by jumping we mean the state of having no feet on the ground at the same time after propelling oneself from a stationary position. But contrary to the popular myth that it is the only mammal that can't, it is joined by a few others. Firstly, the sloth is unable to jump, which suits its lazy lifestyle rather well. Also, rhinoceroses and hippopotamuses also cannot jump, though unlike elephants, when they run it is possible for them to have all 4 feet off the ground. 4. Space dust. First of all, how do you vacuum in a vacuum? You don't, so why would NASA need a vacuum cleaner for its space missions? It didn't, but what it did need was a small battery-powered drill, so they teamed up with Black & Decker to come up with the perfect device. Once the device had been realized, Black & Decker were left with great technology, from which they eventually developed the dustbuster and other useful home devices. 3. Polar bears. Where this myth came from is now lost in the dark recesses of history. The widespread of this misnomer is quite extraordinary, with more Google results announcing it as gospel than not. But in reality, scientists who have spent their working lives studying polar bears have found that they are actually ambidextrous, they use both hands equally well. It is possible that the myth was started when people observed the bears working well with their left hands, but they neglected to notice that they also worked well with their right. 2. McDonald's Wars. This theory was proposed by Thomas Friedman and became massively popular all around the world. It was used to show that countries loving democracy, those most likely to have a McDonald's franchise, have lived peacefully together due to the merits of that political system. This is also called the democratic peace theory and the Golden Arches theory of conflict resolution. Friedman proposed it in his book The Lexus and the Olive Tree. So, is it true? No. Georgia and Russia were recently at war with each other and both have McDonald's. Furthermore, Israel and Lebanon also defy the theory for their conflict in 2006, and right after the book was published, NATO bombed Serbia, again disproving the idea. 1. The Great Wall. Well, this is wrong on many levels. Firstly, while you are still close enough to Earth to actually see the Great Wall, you can also see road networks and other large objects created by man. There is, in fact, no distance from Earth in which you can only see the Great Wall. By the time you get a few thousand miles away, you can see nothing man-made. Astronaut Alan Bin said, "The only thing you can see from the moon is a beautiful sphere, mostly white, clouds, some blue, ocean, patches of yellow, deserts, and every once in a while some green vegetation. No man-made object is visible on this scale. In fact, when first leaving Earth's orbit and only a few thousand miles away, no man-made object is visible at that point either."